Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. We just hit 48.8k subscribers. Let's try and get to 50k by election day. Please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. But before we get started, I have to tell you guys about my friends over at My Patriot Supply. Are you ready for what the future brings? Every day the news headlines get worse and worse. Civil unrest, the second wave of COVID-19, economic collapse, massive suffering, not to mention what Mother Nature will do. The question is, will you be prepared? If you don't already have an adequate supply of long-term emergency food, it's like driving around without wearing your seatbelt, thinking you'll have time to put it on right before an accident. I urge you to build your emergency food supply now because there is no time to waste. And as always, my highest recommendation goes to the company I personally trust and use, and you can too. It's My Patriot Supply, the go-to experts in emergency preparedness. Their mission is your survival, and right now they're knocking $100 off their ample 4-week supply of delicious, nutritious food that's packaged to last up for 25 years. So make sure you don't pass this up. I believe that everyone has a personal responsibility to have at least 4 weeks of emergency food on hand at all times, and you can order yours in a matter of minutes. Just go to preparewithredeagle.com right now. That is preparewithredeagle.com. And tomorrow is a big day. Tuesday, September 29th, we'll see Donald Trump and Joe Biden finally get to face off against each other on the debate stage. There's been a lot of speculation whether Biden will actually debate Trump, and the Democrats actually fanned the flames on this. People like Nancy Pelosi were saying Biden shouldn't debate Trump, this and that, but Biden is debating Trump, he is. Which, again, leads me to believe that Trump is not down 7 like the polls claim. He might be down 4 to 5 in the popular vote. He's not down by 7 for sure. And I will say that, and I will say that this is going to be interesting. I'm going to give a little rundown here of what I do expect to happen, what the media will frame the narrative as regardless. But first, it's important to start out with some historical context. Joe Biden in the past has been an okay debater. He was never great. He did win the VP debate in 2008. I guess you would say the consensus was that he did win, although he was going up against Sarah Palin. I mean, that's Sarah Palin of all people. Not the brightest debater, wasn't really that popular. And then in 2012, he went up against Paul Ryan. And he did well. I don't think that he necessarily won outright. It kind of was one of those things where if you were a Republican, then you thought that Paul Ryan won. If you were a Democrat, you'd think Biden won. Looking at the polls, the CNN poll had Paul Ryan winning narrowly. The other polls had Biden winning narrowly. But the CNN poll did oversample Republicans by a little bit. So I would say Biden probably took that one 55 to 45, and he took the debate against Palin roughly 65 to 35 or somewhere in that range. Now, Donald Trump, on the other hand, has not had as much experience when it comes to debating as Joe Biden. Donald Trump only debated in 2016. However, Donald Trump is a very effective debater. He's not always the best. He's not going to bring the most substance, but that doesn't matter. He's effective. Everyone remembers the "you should be in jail" one-liner. Nobody can really remember what Hillary Clinton said in 2016, even though some of the polling indicates that she did perform better than Trump. But I will get to that in a minute. But again, that was what we saw of Trump in terms of the one-on-one debates. Biden in the primaries, however, was not Biden from 2008. He was not Biden from 2012. He didn't do terrible in his last debate against Bernie Sanders, although Bernie and none of the other Democrats really attacked him, and he still had a lot of gaffes regardless. And the one person that attacked him effectively during the debate was Kamala Harris. Nobody else really attacked him to that level, at least. And you saw a big decline in Biden's support in the polls. You saw a big uptick in Kamala Harris. Obviously, Biden regrouped and he regained, but it wasn't because of good debate performances. In fact, Bloomberg kind of saved him by entering the race because everyone was attacking Bloomberg. Biden got to get away with a little bit more gaffes as more people dropped out. And Bloomberg eventually dropped out as well, and Biden became the frontrunner by default. There was one more debate. Biden performed A-okay in it. He wasn't really that great. I think Bernie probably had the edge because Biden's a little out of it. But at the same time, I think Biden performed well enough to the point where it didn't doom his campaign. Now, I don't think a whole lot of minds are going to change from this debate, but it seems like Biden will need to deliver that kind of similar performance if he wants to at least hold his lead stagnant. If not, maybe try to increase it, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I did want to make a prediction here, but my main prediction is that the media is going to frame all 3 debates, no matter what, as a Joe Biden victory. Do not trust the polling after the debates as well. But again, Biden's already won the debate. He's won all three. He could defecate himself in the debate, say the N-word 25 times. The media is not going to care. They're not going to budge. But the people at home will hopefully see through the facade, and it's obvious that there's going to be a lot more people watching the debate than the amount of people that watch the post-debate coverage. That goes without saying here. And I will also say this, the media does have an agenda. They do try to frame the debates, just like 2016, for example. Yeah, I think Hillary probably had the edge in the first debate. I think Donald Trump, with his one-liners and quick wit, he won the second debate. And I think Trump did really well in the third debate in terms of appealing to conservatives to get him on board, to the point where the third debate actually helped him more than it helped Hillary Clinton. However, the polls didn't exactly show it that same way. Again, if you want to look at the 2016 polls, and if you look at who won these debates here, the first debate showed Donald Trump lost 18-53. It's a ridiculous margin, a Romney versus Obama 2012 margin. He did not perform that badly. Yes, the VP debate was roughly even, but again, at that point, they really didn't have that much of a reason to criticize Pence. They never thought Trump would win. They saw Pence as the potential 2020 nominee at that point. It's kind of funny. And if you want to look at the reception for the second debate, a lot of these polls showed Hillary won by 25 points. That did not happen. And if you want to look at the third debate polls, it was a lot closer. In a lot of these polls here, a swing state poll showed that Hillary Clinton won the debate by just 10%. Other polls showed her winning by roughly 9 to 15 in that range. So overall, the average was Hillary winning the debates by roughly 20 percentage points. But if you look at the exit polls here, those that said it was the most important factor just voted for Hillary Clinton by 4 percentage points. That doesn't seem like she won the debates by 20 points or so. Those that said it was a minor factor actually ended up voting for Donald Trump, and those who said it was important overall ended up voting for Hillary by just 4 points. It's basically a coin flip at that point. So kind of ridiculous. You see it. It's media framing. That's what they'll do. Biden could do anything. It doesn't matter. And here's an article here from Van Jones. Van Jones from the DNC speech admitted that they were going to come out and praise Joe Biden. No matter what he did, it didn't matter. As long as he doesn't fully, flat out embarrass himself, they were going to praise his speech. That's the same thing they're doing for the debate, and it shows. They're going to consistently say Biden did well. It doesn't matter if he makes 3 or 4 gaffes along the way. It doesn't matter if Trump gets zingers. They're going to ignore it. They're just going to say, oh, Trump lied about this, and then they point to a fact checker who is extremely dishonest and does not apply the same standards to Joe Biden that they're applying to Donald Trump. So we know how the media is. We know how the media is going to cover it. We just have to hope, and there is reason for hope, and there is reason to believe this, that the people at home are blind to what the media is saying, and we also have to hope that the people can see through the media's garbage. It may actually end up turning a couple people away from the media. For example, CNN comes out there and says, oh, Biden did a great job at his debate, but everyone at home was like, it wasn't a good performance for Biden. Some people are going to question their trust in the media because they're going to show their bias more than they basically ever would before. So I tell people not to underestimate Biden for this reason. And Donald Trump actually said it once before. He's actually framing it to the point where, yeah, Biden's been at this for a long time. He could actually go out there and do well. Take a listen.
He has no idea where he is, but I would never say it. I won't say it. I refuse to say it. No, but don't underestimate him. Look, he's been doing this for 47 years. And I got a debate coming up with this guy. No, it's true. You never know. You never know. They give him a big fat shot in the ass and he comes out. And for 2 hours, he's better than ever before. You know. The problem is, what happens after that? Nah, we're going to ask for a drug test. We are. I'd like to have a drug test. Both of us. I'll take it. He'll take it. Because I watched him in the debates with, with all those people, those Democrats. The one who treated him worse was Kamala.
So even Donald Trump knows this, and it's important because there are a lot of Republicans out there and independents that are expecting Biden to go out there and completely fail. And again, Donald Trump is an effective debater. He probably will beat Joe Biden, at least narrowly, in this debate. But it's important to not underestimate Biden, because if you underestimate him too much, it will make him look good if he kind of performs decently well. It's ironic because a lot of people did this to Sarah Palin when she was debating Joe Biden. It made her debate performance look a little bit better than you would have expected in terms of the final polling after it, but that really didn't make a difference on the election. This is a lot more consequential for sure. And obviously, I do believe that Joe Biden should be subjected to take a drug test because, again, don't underestimate Biden. He may actually win, trust me. They're going to pump him. They're going to give him a big shot in the ass of Adderall and some other stuff, and he's going to go out there and perform relatively adequately. I'm not saying he's necessarily going to win because Donald Trump is still going to be able to hopefully hit him effectively, but he's not going to go out there and fall flat on his face like some people expect him to. So I tell people not to underestimate Joe Biden. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump is not going to win the debate. We'll just have to wait and see what happens because there's a wide range of potential things that can. And obviously, Joe Biden likely does know the debate questions. Again, Donna Brazile gave Hillary Clinton some debate questions back in 2016. For all we know, the media is giving Joe Biden the debate questions. And yeah, it doesn't really matter if Fox News is hosting the debate because Fox definitely has changed. If you looked at the coverage of Biden's DNC speech, which was very weak, and Trump's RNC speech, which was fantastic by comparison, they kind of covered them differently. So again, I wouldn't trust it. Biden could know the questions. But then again, if Donald Trump hits Biden where it hurts, it really won't matter if he has the answers to all the questions because then he's going to have to respond to Trump. And Trump and Biden both have been preparing for the debate. We'll just have to see exactly what happens. And anyways, guys, I will be streaming the debate. I will stream it, I think, on DLive for copyright purposes. We're going to be streaming it on DLive, and I'll potentially stream my after reaction here on YouTube. So make sure you follow me on DLive. The link is in the description for that. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, become a member, donate to the Patreon or subscribe. Star links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.